Peace, everybody. It's your boy. Let's talk. We back with another video. All right, y'all. So I want to talk to y'all about why it's not safe to live in Philly. For those who've been following my channel from the beginning, I'll tell y'all that I live in Philly. You can actually go on my channel and right on my homepage in my shorts, you can see the some of my first videos with the riots that I posted back, during the pandemic and everything. And that's what kind of inspired me to actually make this channel. And it got a lot worse ever since then. Like Philadelphia is scarce to the point where a lot of people are moving out, like far, far away, and I don't blame them. It was to the point where in 2021, I moved out into the county line, like right on the outskirts of Philly. I'm still like very close, and I'm still in Philly every day. I work in Philly. I travel back and forth from Philly every single day, so it ain't like I'm real far. I just so happen to where I lay my head is not in Philly, so that's a plus. But Philly is just bad. Like you don't want to live in Philadelphia. They can try to fix it up all they want to because it's a whole lot of gentrification going on and it's a whole lot of reconstruction going on throughout the city. You got a lot of new homes being built like downtown Center City, in North Philly and West Philly, South Philly, um, like Brewery Town, Richmond. They still left Kensington. Kensington is a zombie land. Like if you go down Kensington, which I'm always going down there every single day because I work down that way. It's just nothing but zombies. It's nothing but zombies throughout the whole L. That's like the blue line, the train, one of the train systems that we got here in Philly, and it's nothing on there. But if it ain't like some fiends, some dope fiends, you got people on there just smoking we marijuana, smoking cigarettes on the train. Not even just outside on the platform no more. They actually on the train, not a care in the world. It be old people on the train, kids on the train, traveling back and forth, going to school, coming from school, and people just be on there just doing whatever they want to do, and it's just it's crazy, man. And like you can't say nothing to nobody because like once you try to say something, then it's a problem. And a lot of times you got people carrying, weapons, carrying guns and stuff. They quick to draw a gun, thinking they tough, and like it's like damn if you do, damn if you don't. Uh, and then the people are just ignorant. Is they call it the city of brotherly love, but I remember that movie State Property with Beanie Single, and he was like, they call it the city of brotherly love. Yeah, right. This ain't no brotherly love. I totally agree with him here and now in 2025. I forgot what year that movie came out. I think it came out in 2001 or 2002 or something. But the 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 sentiments of that statement runs true here and now because there is no brotherly love here in the city. Everyone is for themselves. And, like from the videos and stuff that I see online from like places across the country or even abroad, I see that it's getting worse everywhere. But I can't really speak for everywhere else because I don't live there. I can just tell you Deep Depths was here in Philly. But it's just nothing but scum to the point where you just want to be by yourself. Like, if I'm not working, I'm training or doing content. Because like I got other channels that I'm actually doing real good on, way better than this channel. So that's why I don't really make videos on this channel every single day because I'm focused on that. But like I'm always busy. I'm always like doing something. I keep myself busy because I'm not out and about anymore because it's not safe. I remember back in the day. Remember back like in the late '90s, early 2000s. It used to be like the club scene. Like there's no real clubs no more in the city. Like there's not to the point where it's not really no strip clubs like that no more. Sure, you got like like places like Delilah's, the Purple Orchid, Risque, stuff like that, but those upscale type strip clubs where people of my stature don't really, y'all get what I'm trying to say, but like the real strip clubs, like what do you used to be? What club I used to go to all the time? It was a club on Pass Young Avenue, right down the street from Purple Orchid, that we used to go to all the time. The name is slipping my mind right now. It probably come to me in mid conversation while I'm talking, but we used to go there all the time, like every single week or every other week, and they had some good food. You can't really do stuff like that no more because it's just not safe. The club scene is not safe anymore. I used to dance. I used to be a party promoter, dance like as far as like back in the early 2000s when people like break dancing and pop locking, and popping and locking was all that stuff was popping. I used to be part of like a dance group, and we used to be out partying, doing things like that. Can't really do things like that no more. Like I said, there's no more road club scenes. If you do want to go to a club, you got to go out of the city. You probably got to go like to Jersey or Delaware, uh, maybe Chester. But shoot, from what I hear, Chester is a lot worse than Philly. So like, it's just bad all around. So I implore people, just don't come to Philly. I see a lot of advertisements like Philly is about to be the new place in the next 5-10 years. Because like I said, there is gentrification going on. If you go down North Philly and West Philly, you'll see like a whole lot of like white people down there. Whereas though 6-7 years ago and prior to that, there was none of that stuff. You would they out there walking their dogs, poodles, and everything freely. There was none of that stuff years ago. You got people from the inner city starting to come out into the outskirts of the city where I'm at now. So it's starting to not be safe where I'm at. So it's to the point where now I have to move out further to like Havertown, Broomall, places like that where I know people can't, like the slums of the city, the scum can't not going to go because they can't afford to be up there. Unless they probably got like some type of Section 8 voucher or something like that, which I don't know if it. Well, Section 8 vouchers is good for everywhere, but y'all get what I'm saying. Like you're not really going to see the the everyday people just walking around like places where they don't belong. You get my drift. So because where I'm at now, it's a small little community. We got our own little like police township and everything. So, but just like right down the street, right down the road, it's the same old thing. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's to the point where you just don't want to be around this environment in general. You don't want to have your kids around here. Like I said, if your kids is out and about, they're more than likely to get in the crossfires of something that's going on because everyone is carrying a weapon and it's nothing but a bunch of young boys who got something to prove, who want to be tough. So they quick and eager. To pull the trigger, they got a trigger finger. So you got older people, just like I said, just not saying nothing to them. It's just real weird out here right now. Philly is not the place to be. It's not the place that I can remember. I was born in 1984. So I'm a late '80s, early '90s kid. As far as like my childhood, and I grew up in Blumberg Projects. The buildings got tore down, but I can remember, just even though it was, it was had they pros, it had its bad stuff going on, but it was more etiquette back then. It was more respect. when people was about to like prime example, when the neighborhood, like, you know, gangs, drug dealers, whatever you want to call them, hustlers, because we don't got gangs in Philly, so I don't want to say gangs, but like when the neighborhood, like drug dealers and stick up boys, whatever, when they get into stuff back then, they at least had the decency to let the people know. So if it was a bunch of old people, a bunch of kids outside, which you were a lot of times, they were like, "Yo, go in the house," and people knew to go inside the house because it's about to get. Then you start hearing, shots fired and all that stuff. But they gave you ample warning. They wasn't out there trying to do stuff to each other when there was a bunch of innocent bystanders around. Now, this is not to say that everyone was respectful back then, because it wasn't. You still had knuckleheads, but it was a lot more etiquette back then versus now. Like now, people just don't care. You can be with your kids and all that stuff, and they see you beefing with them. They just do you right there, like just don't, without a care in the world. Like there's not the fear of God or nothing. There's not. You can just tell like the the family unit, the community is gone. Like I said, I was born in '84, so I just was having a conversation not too long ago with someone saying that my generation was the last of the Mohegans, meaning my generation was the last of the family unit. I'm a millennial, and I can clearly remember if I did something wrong out in the street, Miss Junie would beat my behind, and then she'll take me back to my mom and them, and she'll tell me what I did, and tell them that she beat my behind, and then they'll beat my behind. Then my dad and them beat my behind. Then I'll be on punishment. Same thing when I was in school. If I got a line in school, the teacher would whip my behind, call my grandma, let her know what happened. My grandma would be like, "Thank you." When I come home, I got another behind whooping. That stuff like that kept children in line for the most part. It teach you balance. These kids don't got stuff like that because they parents is too busy trying to be their friend, trying to be their peers. And this is why you got a whole generation of dysfunctional people now. These generation Z's and alphas, whatever you want to call. I don't even know these generation terms anymore. But y'all get what I'm saying. It's just it's no more respect. We have we literally have a generation of lost cause, lost souls who don't have a care in the world, don't have a fear in the world, don't don't live for nothing, because they don't have no hope for the future. And the bad part about it is you got people my age, instead of teaching them, people my age and older, instead of, course correcting, teaching them, they're trying to get into the in crowd. They're trying to be their peers. They're trying to be their buddies. I guess because of they're trying to keep up with the times. Maybe they're trying to, relive their glory days. But instead of teaching them the right way, they're sitting there just letting them do whatever, wreak havoc, and then it just be too late. We just have a society of just wickedness. So it's just going to keep being bad. What I see, it's going to keep being bad before it get worse. And um, Philly is not a place where you want to be at. So yeah, you come here. If you're not from Philly, you come visit. I suggest you stay like in the center city area because that's probably like the safest place you're going to be at. Um, certain places in South Philly, tourist attractions like Pat's, Geno's, things of that nature. If you go into the hood like North Philly, West Philly, I suggest you go during the day. But um, don't be out here in the hood just chilling, just thinking it's sweet because people out here are broke. People out here are desperate. People out here are just scheming just for nothing, and they looking for a lick. And if you slip up, you're gonna be that innocent one just being caught up. So that's all I gotta tell y'all, man. But let me know what y'all think. Drop your comments down below. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and hit the bell. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.